Hello, friends. We are going to read a book today, and this is a kind of long book, so you might have to hang with me for a little bit. But this book is called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And this book is by Judy Forst. That's the words. She wrote it. And then the pictures, or sometimes we say illustrations, are by Ray Cruz. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. When I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink with the water running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Some mornings are just like that. After breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Do you have thoughts like that sometimes? Sometimes I do. In the carpool, Miss Gibson let Becky have the seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible cat. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and Albert Mayo was his next best friend and I was his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone and the ice cream part falls off the cone and lands in Australia. Whew, that's a far place for that cone. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Sometimes you just have days like that, don't you? That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. He's going to Australia next week. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car. Anthony made me fall. It was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud. Nick said I was a crybaby. You think he's being a crybaby? He's had a hard day. Sometimes that happens. It's okay to cry when you're frustrated. Sometimes it makes you feel just a little bit better. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back to the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody and no one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. Seems like nothing's going this way. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad says please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. Ugh. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eye. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. Whew, I hope it gets better when he goes to sleep. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony and not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Some days really are like that. Have you ever had a no good, terrible, very bad day? Even in Australia. Sometimes we have no good, terrible, horrible, very bad days. So we wanted to just read this book, and this is once again Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judy Forst, and the pictures or the illustrations were done by Ray Cruz.